Hi folks, welcome back to engVid. So, it has often been said that to really become fluent in a language, you need to be dreaming in that language. Now, this isn't a tip on how you can dream in English, but it is a lesson where we look at ways of trying to speak to yourself in English. And sometimes speaking in your non-first language can be kind of quite interesting. There's something kind of exotic about it. So I'll be looking at the kind of things you might say to yourself, and I'll also be looking at a number of quotes that we might get inspiration from. This isn't like some kind of self-help lesson, but I noticed today when I was speaking to myself, I've got quite a lot of work that I'm doing at the moment, and I was feeling a little bit tired. I noticed that I kept on saying things like, come on, and then not using particularly nice vocabulary towards myself. I was like, I wonder if there are other things that I might say to myself that is slightly better English. Now, I think there are two extremes with this. People are either quite harsh, almost like flagellatory, like they're punishing themselves with the way they talk to themselves. But the opposite extreme, which I'm not a huge fan of either, is the world of sort of whiffy-woffy affirmations, which personally I sort of doubt whether they have huge amount of effect. People sort of write out a number of times, and I tried it once myself, saying things like, I look for positivity in all things. I look for positivity in all things. I need to go and do some work, but I'm doing my affirmations and I'm writing them out. In every moment, this is another affirmation, in every moment of my day, I radiate calmness and tranquility. No, I don't. I am still within myself. So for me, these don't kind of quite resonate. And if I try to say these things to myself when I was trying to work really hard, it'd just be sort of, they don't mean anything to me. So I was saying this is kind of one extreme of trying to be super, super, super nice to yourself. And the other extreme is being particularly harsh. I've got one friend who is an explorer, and he's often doing huge physical feats. And he often sort of talks to himself by his surname, which is quite sort of formal and unfriendly. Pull yourself together, and then his surname. So when we use our surnames, it is a little bit unfriendly. So I started thinking about, well, what are the kind of things that you might say to yourself? And as learners of English as a foreign language, who this video is principally for, I think it's an interesting exercise and a way in which you can improve and be thinking more in your English. Now, someone quite close to me has a password on her computer, which is all for, and then the person's name that, you know, she's doing a really difficult job. And so every time she's typing in that password, she's thinking, I am doing this for, because of this person. All for so-and-so. So that's quite a sort of simple but positive thing that you might be sort of thinking. Why am I doing this? I am doing this for this person. A very simple one. Come on, let's go. Don't know what you think about that, but it's kind of maybe more fun to say in your language, which is not first English. If I was saying like, venga, vamos, like it's more fun than saying, come on, let's go. One step at a time. One step at a time. So we're just focusing on the first and immediate thing that we need to do, and then we'll deal with whatever's next later. And then I started pouring through lots of different quotes, and I tried to find the ones that I felt you could repeat a line in your sort of normal working life just to keep you on track and kind of keep focused on something. So this is a very well-known quote, Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. So he is the man, he is taking one small step onto the moon, but at the same time he's doing that, it represents a huge leap, a huge jump forward in the advancement of human endeavor. Yeah, what humans can do. We can now travel to the moon. So how could you use this? You could just say to yourself, one small step, one small step. That's all you're doing, going the next step in front of the other. And then a quote from, I should preface this by saying, I'm not saying these are the quotes that you should use. Like, I've drawn upon the influences that are familiar to me, and that's my context in which I am operating. There are viewers from all different religions and cultures and countries, and you will have your own sources of inspiration, and you should maybe use them. But if you're looking for quotes in English, you might want to use a couple of mine. You might want to find your own. This is just what I have found. St. Francis, first do what's necessary, then do what's possible, then the impossible shall come. So it gives a nice perspective. Yep. You don't try and do the impossible, the huge, great thing. First of all, you're building. You go, again, it's that idea of one step in front of another. First, you do what you have to do, what's necessary, and then you go a little bit further, and you keep on exploring the next thing that you are able to do. Okay, I've got some more sources of inspiration for you now. Okay, time for our next one. Confucius, Chinese philosopher. It does not matter how slowly we get there, as long as we do not stop. So many of these quotes, there's a feeling of forward movement. Yep, keeping going. St. Jerome. This guy lived about 1,500 years ago, was some very serious scholar. But his quote here sounds to me like some kind of rapper. I think he'd be rivaling Kanye West on the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. Should we say that again? It's quite fun. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. I love all the B sounds in there. Till is short for until. Good, better, yeah. Better is better than good, but best is the superlative. Yeah, so we've got a comparative, something is better than another thing, and superlative, the best. Never let it rest. Never let your efforts rest until you're good, like a decent effort has become better than it was, so you've improved, and then your better is your best effort. So there are two different ways of interpreting this. It's either according to your own possibility, or comparing is better about someone else, or better is it to do with how you were doing. That's up to your interpretation. Star Wars, Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. What do you think is meant by that? Do or do not. There is no try. So lots of people say, I'm trying to give up smoking. I'm trying to get fit. I'm trying to learn Chinese. Yeah. Well, Yoda says, don't try. Either learn Chinese or don't learn Chinese, which is quite a nice way of thinking about it. So, learn English or don't learn English. Obviously, we want you to learn English and speak English and think in English and speak to yourself in English. Billy Ocean, this is from a song a couple of decades ago. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. So the going means like when the going gets tough, when life starts to get really difficult, the tough get going. So those people who are mentally strong get going, like get into motion. They really start working hard to make sure that they are coping when life is difficult. Okay, so just two meanings of going, different meanings. How many times have we got this word? Winston Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. Yeah, and we'll find a rainbow at the end. I think that's quite self-explanatory. So as I said, I was trying to choose these quotes as they might have things that you could say as just short sound bites when you're having a difficult day. So what would we choose from Confucius? Which few words would you choose from this one? As long as we don't stop, maybe. This I've chosen because it's quite easy to remember because it's got such a clear pattern to it. Good, better, best, you could say to yourself. Am I just doing something okay? Am I doing it better than before? Am I doing it the best possible? Good, better, best. Good, better, best. This is quite easy to remember. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Keep going, says Winston Churchill. Mother Teresa, yesterday has gone, has finished. Tomorrow has not come. We have only today, so let us begin. We've got to be in the present tense, not spending too much time worrying about things that are going to happen. So I hope that has been of some interest to you. I wonder if you're more a person like me who sort of criticizes themselves, or whether you are someone who prefers affirmations, or whether you like the idea of choosing something like this to talk to yourself in English. Be good to have a conversation below where you guys are sharing any things that you find useful to see to yourself. Maybe you can find a nice quote or a line from a song in English. Let's share the ideas, keep the conversation going. If you like my videos, please make sure you're a subscriber and you get the notifications so you know when a new video is coming out. There's loads of great content on this channel for people learning business English, beginner's vocab, advanced idioms, grammar, IELTS tips, all sorts of things here for you to enjoy and learn from. If you do want any extra help from me, I occasionally give Skype tuition, so you can inquire via my website, honeyourenglish.com. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.